God will show you. What do I mean by that? If you are currently desiring something, love, you are desiring purpose, connection, all these things, God will show you in His timing. This is something that I'm currently struggling with. Right now I recently just moved from Washington State to California, and I haven't found my friend group yet. I've been going to all these clubs. I've been trying to branch out, going to the gym, talking to people, but nothing. I haven't made a friend yet. And the reason for that, I believe, is because God is trying to tell me that I just need to be patient. No amount of forcing is going to get me to get friends. And if I do eventually get a friend, it's not going to end up well because I've done it in the past. You see, I'm a pretty social guy. I'm going to admit that about myself. I'm a really social guy. I like to talk to people, but in the past, I forced these connections that weren't for me. My gut feeling would always be like, I don't like being around these people. It always feel weird. But I would just ignore that. That's God speaking to me, but I just ignore his words. And it always ended up bad. Same with relationships. It's like when I'm in a relationship and it's very clear that that girl's not for me, or like I'm talking to someone. It's just, the more I think back on it, I've ignored God's voice for so long. I didn't let God show me what was for me, because when I've had friendships that where God showed me, and the way God shows you is through peace in your gut. Whenever I had peace with people, what would happen is those friendships would flourish. I've been all over the United States. I've made a lot of friends, and there's not many people in any of the states I've been in where I just clicked like that. And that's because God is trying to show me. God is trying to show me the people who align with me, and I'm telling you, it could be the same for you. If you are currently in a season where you are lonely, you don't know whether or not you will ever make friends. Let me just tell you that you will. You will. Whatever it is you want. You want the girlfriend. You want to make friends. You want to get that career. What I'm trying to tell you is that God will push you towards that. But right now, you need to be alone because it's for a reason. You need to use this solitude as a building block, as a measure of what you can, like what you need to do. I've always seen loneliness as a bad thing, but the more I grow up, I start realizing that loneliness is a time to build whatever it is that you are called to do. Right now, for me, God is telling me that I need to spread his word. I need to keep telling people that, listen, God is putting you through this God is putting you through this hard time for a reason. And whatever it is that you are going through, you will get past it. It's a matter of just fighting. And then with time, God will show you. He will show you why he had you fighting. I remember back in Gibraltar, this small country I went to university. If you know it, you know it. But I studied abroad in Europe, and there was these people who I was friends with. But over time, I was starting to realize that they weren't really good people, good people for me. They weren't inherently bad, but they were just really toxic. They just would talk behind people's back. Now that I think about it, they are bad. What am I saying? But they would talk behind people's back. They were very toxic, and when I found out they were talking crap about me, it hit me. But at the same time, I always knew because again, that gut feeling that you get is God's voice, and God is trying to tell you, listen, you need to get away from these people because they're only dragging you down. And what happened when I finally had some nuts to just say I'm done, that's when life started to get better. That's when I finally started being happy. That's when I finally started being okay with being alone. Does it suck? Yeah, being alone sucks. I wanted friendship, I wanted connection, but if it's with the wrong people, it will only drag you down than bring you up. Because I'm telling you, if you have the right people in your life, you will only go up. You won't go down. The right people will elevate you. The wrong people will make you digress. And this could also be with family. You have family that just bring you down. It's probably the best idea if you just stay away from them. So what I'm trying to say is God will always show you. God will. And if you ignore his voice, I'm telling you, it'll always end up bad. It will. Whether that's a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, it will eventually catch up. But you need to keep trusting in him. Keep trusting his plan, his timing. Because I'm telling you, God's timing is better than your timing. It's better than anyone else's timing. If you know deep down that you need to do something, but everyone else is telling you that you should do something else, listen to that, because that is God telling you that it's for you. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Peace.